All right, we're recording. Lisa and I, it's really funny. We thought we left plenty of time to get home. And hey, Gary, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
Good.
How's it going? Jeremy.
It's coming back.
Hey, Jeremy, you want me to tell him what you said about everybody in the group?
Shut up.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just got to bust your chops. Hey, one of the things about being a part of it, there might be some guys that are on their phone because I gave that option to people. How many guys?
On my phone.
What's that? A lot of guys are on their phone. Okay.
Yeah, Jose
nice.
Jordan on the phone.
Okay. Hey, guys. I'm going to mute you guys here in a second, but let's just let a couple more guys on. If we get 25 or 30 guys doing good at it, I'm going to record it and put it in the group so everybody can see it tomorrow. Hopefully everybody was able to get their information. Let me just mute you guys, and then you can unmute as I ask questions here. Hold on one second. All right, that'll just clear the background noise for a little bit. And if you don't see your name muted, like Brandon and some of you guys that don't see your phone, because usually sometimes hey, Jerry, I see you got the link to work, my brother. It's good to see you on. Mr. Phillips, I see you there. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Guys, what's really cool is to do this with guys from all over the country. Guys on the West Coast, guys on the East Coast, young guys and old guys, as Jeremy said. Guys, Jeremy and I met. Jeremy's one of our business partners. We met out in Denver, Colorado. Wow, time flies. It's been about a month, right, Jeremy, I think? And guys, this is the first one of many. And you guys know the only thing I'm requiring you to do is that the last week of this is to meet with me individually. Post videos. I don't know if some of you guys have seen Mark Harris's video, but it's hilarious, dude. Have anybody seen Mark Harris? Gary, have you seen Mark Harris's video yet? Is that hilarious or what? Jerry, have you seen it? Have you seen it yet, Jerry? You guys, if you haven't seen it, wait a minute, hold on. I got to show you guys this. This is hilarious. This is a great way to start this group off. Let me show you guys something. Hold on one second. This is hilarious. Let me find it here, and then I'll be able to show it to you. It's probably one of the funniest start videos I've ever seen before. Okay, all right. Let me see if I can get you guys to the point to where we can see this. Hold on one second. Let me share my screen. So can everybody see me okay? You guys can all see me and hear me okay? Good. Thumbs up for everybody. Okay. If you need to you can unmute yourself if you want to say something or make a comment, but let me just get to this. So everybody knows that this is the group page, okay? Some of the Mark looks kind of weird right there in that part. Let me rewind him back at this. But so I'll unmute him and you guys can hear this. But guys, this is a community of brothers. Pastor Jordan, how you doing, my brother? Good to see you, my man. Guys, there's 4 pastors in here, which touches my heart. I want you guys to know that I have put all of your names together in a group, and I'm getting ready to put you guys on a board, and Lisa and I are going to pray for you guys every single day, okay? I don't know why, but my screen has a tendency to put little things on there. I don't know why it does that. But, hey, Kurt. Hey, guys. How y'all doing? Brother, I'm so excited about you being at the fair this week that I can't even tell you. You and I are going to be doing a lot of work together this next coming months because Ohio is kicking in. So, but Kurt, you came on just in time. I'm going to share one of the videos from the group because I want you guys to see that this is a group. I'm here for you. This is not about me. I've been doing this for 27 years. I'm grateful for the impact that I've been able to make. It's great today. Right before I sold my training business, I was training some really high quality athletes. And one of them is a football player at USF. I got the greatest message from him today. He made all conference last year at USF as a freshman, and just the impact that we get to make in not only adult lives, but the lives of young men. And so I'm so grateful that I get to be with you guys for 30 days. And then hopefully some of you, hey, Jim Corn from Canada, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. And see, guys, look, we got people from Canada. We got people from Ohio and California, and we've got pastors. And it's a great group of guys. I could not have asked God to put a greater group of guys in this room. I was talking to some people who have massive amounts of online businesses, and they told me if I got 25 to 30 guys for the first time, it'd be great. And as you can see, we've got over 75. My first goal was 25, then it went to 50, and then it went to 75. So you guys are in a great group of guys. You have missionaries in here. You just have some amazing, amazing guys. And so I wanted to, before I started, I wanted you guys to see kind of some of the funny videos that have been posted, and Kurt and Jerry and some of you guys are going to really appreciate this. It's our good friend and business partner, Mark Harris. He posted his video today, and I really had to share this with you guys because it's funny, and hopefully you guys like it as much as I did.
Here's my problem. What I want out of this is to be in better shape. I can do one pull-up. One.
There's one. Get it, Mark. Get it.
One. Okay, you gotta help me. I gotta be able to do more than one pull-up. Help me, Mike. Help me, Mike. All right, so here's my problem.
Okay, so y'all, just so y'all know, Mark is one of the most amazing guys I've met in my life. And this is what's great about it. Mark was a missionary for many, many years. Him and his wife, Krista, are just amazing business partners of ours. Jerry and Kurt and a lot of you guys have the privilege of connecting with him. And you know, there's just a couple requirements that you have to do. And I wanted to share and touch on those tonight. So a lot of you guys know that I did a clinical beta test with 2 local physicians here in this area. And I wanted to tell you guys that I'm going to have dietitians, and you will be receiving daily emails. So make sure you read them and click them. There's going to be recipes. There's going to be workouts. I'm going to do some videos of some guys have asked me, well, what if I'm traveling? And guys, you just seen a great video by Mark. That's a great workout to do. I just shared this with about 5 guys in the room. Yes. Can you tell Pat how to get on? He can't. Some to log in, log back out. So Lisa's taking my phone because there's a lot of guys trying to get in that can't get in. Guys, let me tell you how important this is for me. 27 years in the fitness industry, okay? Top 5% earner. God blessed me. I never advertised. I was recruited by numerous corporate facilities, and then I created residual income about 4 years ago that retired me, and I'm retiring Lisa here this coming year. And so our calling is in, I'm very transparent. Our calling is in full-time ministry. I believe that this is a God-ordained time for all of us. I believe that you guys have been called here to be a blessing to other guys and to make an impact on your life. Not only, I can see some of the guys that are over here. Ray was telling me about this week about how his wife had been exercising, and he taught her what we were doing, the diet part this week, and she had been stable at her weight for a while now, and now she started to lose weight. So this is not just for you. Guys, as men, we're called to a higher standard, okay? And I know that my wife has pushed me. A lot of you that don't know my story, we were pushed. Lisa pushed me to become the man that I am today. And you know, all of those things that you guys have heard before, you know, you'll never succeed. You'll never be successful. You know, everything that you go through. This is 27 years of 2 types of wisdom that you're going to get. One from guys, I'm humble to say this, but I have several degrees. I have numerous certifications. Pastor Jordan is a basketball coach. I love guys who get to work and pour into young men and women. And we get to pour into men in this group and pour into each other. So I encourage you guys to be open to being encouraged. Be encouraged by other guys in this group. I want you guys to post on a daily basis. Go into the page and post, hey, look, I'm having a tough day. I screwed up. I was talking to I hired a guy named Nicholas Barely, and I'm going to have him come in at different times and speak. He's 25 years old. It's funny. He told me some of the things that I've done here with you guys. He's been blown away by. Nicholas was broke 4 years ago at 21, and he went, and those of you pastors that are in here, I can see several of you are on their thing. He went to Bill Johnson's School of Ministry at Bethel out in Redding, California. And if you all don't know about Bill Johnson, you need to. Okay? He's just an amazing guy. And he said, you know what, Mike, all I did is he said, I was depressed. I wasn't making any money. He said, and for 2 years, it was me and my wife and God and my Bible. And I was in the ministry school, and he came out. He went from 21 years old of being broke to this year. And guys, this is another thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to connect you guys with guys that are going to help you in your personal business. Like Pastor Jose is a basketball coach, but he's also a realtor. He's in the process of taking over his father's church. There's just a lot of things that he's got on. So we all need to be connected to pray for each other and encourage each other. You know, Jim is living, I see Jim Korn on here. He's now living in Canada. You know, there's a lot of guys in ministry. Brother Ed over in Orlando. There's just a lot of guys in this room. Pastor Freddie Santos. You know, there's a lot of guys that are here because they want to connect with each other. So this is going to be much more than just a 30-day journey. That will be on you. If you want to continue at the end, I'm going to give you guys some options of continuing. But guys, I've never been more excited about something besides the day I got right with God at 11 years old than the day I married my wife. And so I'm super, super excited to be a part of a group of guys that not only we get to encourage each other, but this is going to make, I'm telling you, this is my prayer, and it's been answered by you guys being on here tonight, is that we're going to make a massive impact on not only the guys in this group, but our wives. One of the things I went to, I told you guys that I hired a 25-year-old kid. I'm teaching him, he's teaching me, and I'm paying him. Okay? I was stretched, and I don't even want to tell you how much money I'm paying, but guys, we have to invest in ourselves. Okay? I watched Jeff Myers' video today. He wants to be a better husband. He wants to stay around and live longer for his wife and his family. Guys, those are the type of stories. It doesn't matter if you're 20, 40, 60. Some of us have a benefit that I'm going to continue to talk about. I talked about probiotics the other day, and 10 more guys joined the group. Okay? So we're going to talk about, one of my things when I went to graduate school was I wanted to use that wisdom and the wisdom that God gives me. I'm going to tell you that there's two types of wisdom, and you'll figure them out as you go through life. God gives us earthly and book wisdom, and then he gives us his wisdom. And the only reason we don't get it is because we lack. I believe all of you, your lives will be completely changed if you finish this 30 days and continue it on. This is just the beginning, okay? This is the beginning of commitment. You're going to commit to post in the room. Some of the guys have not posted their videos. I got text that they're going to post them in the morning. Tomorrow night at midnight, whoever has not at least posted some type of video of saying who they are or why they're involved, they're coming out of the group. This is to protect you guys. And, some guys, I got into an accident about 2.5 years ago. A guy ran a red light in front of me, and I began to travel, and I lost my focus of what I had been teaching people for 27 years. I ballooned up to 255 pounds. I'm now the fittest I've been since my late 20s, early 30s. I have low percent body fat. I'm in a 35-inch waist. I mean, and I'm still, guys, I'm doing this with you this month. I got up this morning and went and worked out. I know I told you guys the requirements are 10 to 15 minutes of intense workouts every day. 10 to 15 minutes of intense to what you guys are used to is, I shared this with my buddy Brian yesterday. You should constantly be moving. I'll give you a prime example. I'm just going to touch base on this, and I'm going to post some videos tomorrow and the next couple of days, and they'll come in emails, and they'll also come in the room, so you guys can get them. But if you're taking notes, you're going to want, you know, if you saw Mark Harris, I encouraged him to get a pull-up bar because he's on the road all the time, right? You saw him, he was in, I forget where he was at, he was traveling. And I encouraged him to get a pull-up bar, a little pull-up bar that goes in the doorway. You can get them for 15 or 20 bucks at Walmart, right? You can do push-ups on them. You can do pull-ups on them. You can do crunches on the ground. You can, those of you guys who have injuries, I'll work through that. One of my specialties is rehabbing patients. Doctors in this area sent people to me for a while, you know, and so that's one of the big aspects. Guys, I'm going to make sure that by the end of this 30 days that your lives are changed drastically. And let me tell you, this is sacrifice to me. I have $1 million a year business that's growing outside of what I'm doing with you guys, and it's exploding, okay? If most of you guys have not read the book called The Tipping Point, okay? The tipping point refers to many aspects of our life. I will tell you this, it refers to business. It refers to a person's life, okay? The tipping point for me in my life is that I wanted to become all that God called me to be, okay? And that happened about a little over 2 years ago, okay? And so I want to be able to see you guys get healthy, you know, and here's what I wanted to talk about, and then I'll open it up for questions and stuff. But here's what I wanted you guys to remember. Some people will lose a lot of weight on the scale. Other people, their bodies will transform. Because let me tell you something. When you're increasing your testosterone, okay, we have 70 guys, okay? That means over half of you have low testosterone. If you're 30 pounds overweight, that goes up to 80% of men have high, because one of the main reasons that men have low testosterone is body fat, and it's a lot in your stomach. Losing a lot of weight really fast is not our main goal. Our main goal is that by the end of the year, we can look at ourselves in the mirror, and I'm going to use this as an example. One of my chiropractor looked at a picture of me at Christmas time and told me I looked like Santa Claus. Okay. And I said, I did. I had a Santa hat on and I was out of shape. I had an injury. My wife is laughing at me because she knows, she even told me that I looked like Santa Claus. So, good. Glad to see you got on, Pat. And so I made a change. I made a commitment. It's funny. We went to a baptism tonight down on the beach, down in Clearwater Beach. It was beautiful out. And Pastor Anthony, the old pastor at my old church, we went there because some of our friends got baptized from old church. And he said, "Hey, bro, you look amazing." I'm like, he goes, "You used to be fat." And I was like, "Yeah, bro." I said, "It's very easy to do." And what'd you say? I don't have the PS caps. I do have a testosterone booster. Michael, we can talk about that. You can get a beat. There's a lot of stuff on the market that they say boost testosterone. All I know is that I just did this with 2 doctors. I'm going to share that with you guys now real quick. I did this. Did what I'm doing with you guys on the testosterone side. And it's funny that Mark posted this picture. I took Dr. Huey, who couldn't do 2 pull-ups. And at the end of that 30 days, he did 12. Okay. And he's a pretty solid guy. He put on about 6 pounds of muscle. So if you have the opportunity to get your body fat checked, do it, okay? In the next couple of days, if you can get your body fat done, no BMI, get a body fat caliper or find a scale. They have Tenuta scales that you can get them done on. I'd rather you get a pinch test if you can. If not, it's okay, okay? But what I want you to remember, if you can follow this menu plan for 30 days and you keep out the stuff I tell you, I can tell you what it's done. I have 25 years of what it's done for people. You're going to gain muscle. And now we've added this testosterone booster. So if you, I was talking to Pastor Jose about a week ago. I said, man, you lost a lot of weight, but I'm sure you probably looked at yourself, and I probably lost some muscle too, because anytime you lose a lot of weight really fast, you have a tendency to lose some muscle and then you can have a tendency to gain it back. So I was telling him, one of the good things that's going to happen now is you're going to get stronger. You're going to build some muscle. Your energy levels are going to go up. And so one of the things is just like I was talking to Pat, my friend Pat Kiesel the other day, who was a superstar high jumper athlete in college, having some back issues, said he wanted to lose 50 to 60 pounds, having some back issues. So for him, it's getting the weight off of his spine and doing things that are going to give him longevity of life. He has kids and a wife. He's got kids. One of his kids was just going off to college. And so this is more of you guys not only doing this for yourself, but doing it for your family. Guys, we can live a longer, healthier life with a lot less weight. You guys don't know my story. I was supposed to have 12 herniated discs in my neck and back. I did sprints today for 50 minutes. I was told I'd never be able to do that, okay? So don't limit yourself to the things that you think you're capable of doing or that you were told you couldn't do. This is a start of that journey. You know, I was up in Pennsylvania with Jerry and Julie and a bunch of guys, a bunch of other of my business partners not too long back, and Jerry and I were talking about, you know, getting ourselves to a point to where we feel better in our later days, you know. And I said to Jerry, I said, I believe that your later days are going to be greater than your former days. And it's all a mentality, guys. And before I ask questions, I'm going to use my dad as an example, okay? I just started my dad and my stepmom on the paleo diet. They wouldn't listen to me for 25, 30 years. I haven't get it, but they did listen to me about their supplements because I bought them for them, right? 5 years ago, I thought my dad was dying. Cancer, lymph node cancer, heart disease, probably, what was he on, honey? About 14 meds? About 14 meds, no heart disease, no cancer, no meds. He's on one med, and we think he could be off of that one, but the doctor won't take him off of it. He's going to be 80 in April, and he's just now changed his diet. In 2 weeks, my stepmom lost 11 and my dad lost 9, okay? So not only were they healthy before on the inside, now they're making it on the outside. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I posted a video yesterday. Ed Reams talked about it in his video, presenting ourselves a living sacrifice. Whether you're in sales, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a coach, whatever it is, we have to make an impression on people that are around us. How many people have heard the saying, you're the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with? If you spend time with guys who are overweight, what are you going to be? You're going to be overweight. If you spend time with guys who are exercising and encouraging, and guys, I can tell you this, Dr. Huey's testosterone levels went from 200 to over 1,000 in 30 days. I had one guy that had 60 on his testosterone levels. You guys know that's like walking around with a log on your head. Okay, his wife hated him. Let's just say that. Okay, and those of you who are having issues with male issues, it starts with body fat. It starts with low testosterone. So we're going to knock a lot of birds out, okay, in our lives, and from that purposes. So here's what I want to do. We've been in for about 20 minutes, so let's do this. If you want to unmute yourself and ask a question, let's do that, because I know guys have some questions. I posted some other things in the room. If you haven't got your PS caps, guys, I just heard this. I just got a letter today because I applied, because of my background, I'm able to apply for nutritional products at a wholesale cost from any company I want. So Life Extension is a direct sales company, not in correlation. It's normally done by company called Life Extension that sells only to medical practitioners. They sell to chiropractors, medical doctors, those health practitioners. I categorize as one of those. And they're not even supposed to be sold on Amazon. Like my company's products are not sold on Amazon. We got them completely off of Amazon. So supposedly Life Extension is in a conversation right now with Amazon to get those products off. So if you haven't order them. I can tell you what, it's the adding that to my regimen of products that I take has been the best thing I've ever done. I can just tell you that. My hair grows like crazy. My nails grow like crazy. I've put on 15.5 pounds of muscle. I mean, a lot of guys, it's like Pastor Anthony said to me, he's like, dude, I can't believe the transformation you've made just in the last couple of months. And those of you that know, I did a 90-day transformation in January. I lost 36 pounds of body fat and put on 10.5 pounds of muscle. So I went down to right around about where I'm at now, about 16% body fat. And I told my wife today my goal was 11. So my goal in 30 days is to lose 10 pounds of body fat and have a six-pack before 50. And I think that's a realistic goal. So let's do this. If you want to ask a question, just unmute your number or raise your hand, and I'll try my best to see who has a question. Does anybody have a question? Because we got about 30 guys on. So does anybody have a question about the menus? Oh, there was one question about the type of menus that we're going to be using. Somebody asked me, which one do I use? Okay. And so let me answer that. Those of you who haven't seen them, let me show you where they are. They are right here in this section. You can see it says, here are a couple paleo diet plans. One's 1,500, one's 1,700, one's 1,900. I would tell you this. If you're above 260, you need to use the 1,900. And if you're below it, use the 17, okay? If you're trying to, if you want to lose a lot more, a little bit quicker, use the 1,500, okay? You kind of have to play with it a little bit. I'll help you guys with that more. But one of the guys I talked to today lost 5 pounds last week. That's about, you want to do anywhere from 3 to 5 a week. If you do more, great. If you feel like you're not losing enough that you want, then lower. Pat said, is there a 2,500 calorie one? No, the answer is no. There's not a 2,500 calorie one. But I mean, you can tweak some of these guys to fit into your meal plan. Like I follow the 1,900 one with a little bit more calories on the days when I exercise. Sometimes I'll go up to the 2,200. And as you start to grow, and later on, I'll show you guys how to tweak these. And yes, Pat, then you can have a 2,500 calorie one when you get down around 250. Okay. So, yeah. So that can kind of give you guys a little bit of thought process. Are there any other questions that guys have about the group, requirements, comments? Oh yeah, Pastor Freddie just said the menus are also downloaded and located in the file section of the group. That's a great comment. You guys see that? There's the pull-up guy himself, Mr. Harris. That dude, that's awesome, Mark, that pull-ups. Jeremy, I can tell you about that. Guys, there was a question people were just asking. Some of the guys are new in the group, asking what PS caps are. Guys, here's what's cool about PS. Let me give you this brief story about PS caps. So I'm at a Doctors of Nutrition PhD conference teaching people about something that I'll teach you guys about. Some guys in this room know about it. NRF1 and NRF2 activation, okay? And nutrigenomics, okay? And so I have a table. I'm with my chiropractor. He has a Doctor of Nutrition. And this guy comes over. I sign him up on our products. and he says, "What are you doing the next hour?" And I say, "I'm going to man the table here." He goes, "No, you're not. Close up the table and ask Dr. Huey if you can come into the session." So I was like, okay. Dr. Huey was there beside me. He says, "Come into this one session with me." So I cover up our table. I go into the session, and I sit down in the back, and I did this. I had a pencil and a piece of paper, and he told me, he said, "I'm going to teach you how to triple your testosterone in 30 days. And I was like, I kept inching my way up from the back thinking, okay, 30 days. It usually takes 90 days to 6 months for guys to go in and pay. And let me just tell you guys, for what you guys are paying for Phosphatol Serene, it costs $90 to $150 for shots of testosterone. Okay, I'm just telling you. I know people that are doing it. I got 3 guys in this group that when I told them that they were paying $100 to $150, I would pay it if I needed it. But guess what? We don't need it. There's nowhere for $50 or $60, whatever it costs with shipping and handling now. We found it cheaper. I hope it stays like that. But to increase your testosterone levels for the rest of your life for $50, I mean, you know, I'm just telling you, it's your wife's your wife's will probably find a way to give you $50. Okay, my wife is laughing in the room right now. Okay, really loud. So she makes sure I take them every day, every morning, and every night. So that's another thing. You're going to be taking, guys. This was one of the questions. I'm looking at some of the questions. There's a dosage and a frequency. Okay, the dosage says on the bottle is wrong. Okay, so back to what this doctor said. He said you're going to follow the paleo diet. You're going to exercise 10 to 15 minutes a day intensely, and you're going to take 600 milligrams of Phosphatol Serene. That's 300 a.m. and 300 p.m. Okay? And so it's funny that Mark posted that pull-up video, and I just showed it before you got on, Mark. You missed it. I showed everybody your little video, which is kind of cool. But I told everybody that I took Dr. Huey and did it. He couldn't do 2 pull-ups when we started, and at the end of 30 days, he could do, I think, either 10 or 12. So told me the other day he's doing curls with like 50-pound dumbbells and stuff. So and he's your age. So it's great to, I mean, and guys, this guy that I did this with has a doctorate in nutrition, and I was teaching him how to increase his testosterone by 3-fold in 30 days. And so most guys will tell you it was mind blowing. And so that's why I not only wanted to do that part of this, but guys, I've been bombarded by people wanting to hire me to coach them and train them. And I wanted, before I started and getting into that, I wanted to do a 30-day beta test challenge men's group and pour into men. Okay. It's what I felt God told me to do. So I'm going to do it. So you guys are the ones that are going to benefit from that. There's a lot of guys that aren't on tonight that are going to have to watch the recording of this. And I've already talked to them. So I've got about half of the guys in, you know, little less than half of the guys in here. And so they're going to have to, and here's another thing, one more thing, and I'll go over it. I'll ask, 3 in the morning, 3 at night, Ed. You must post. You can still add people till midnight tomorrow night. They just have to post a video. I'm not requiring everybody to do the before and afters. I want you to. I wish you would for me. If you don't want to post it, at least do it and hold on to it so that we can use it at the end. Okay? And so you guys will be proud of yourself, like my wife just said. So who else has some questions? You can unmute yourself if you need to ask a question. Oh, Rodney, do you have one, or who's on their iPhone? I don't know. Who's on their
Mike. Hey, Mike, it's Dr. Dave.
Hey, Dr. David, go ahead, buddy.
Do you take anything else besides the PS we should be taking?
I'm going to talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. And yes, and you and I will talk more about that. I will show you kind of what I'm doing. A lot of the guys on here I'm in business with, Jim Corin, Gary, Mark Harris, a lot of guys. And it's funny. I shared this a minute ago. I don't know if you saw my video the other day, but I talked about probiotics, and I had like 7 or 8 or 9 more guys want to join the group. And so teaching about some of the stuff that I've learned, and I'm just going to tell you what I'm teaching you guys made me change the way I think. After 25 years of 20 plus certifications, working on my several degrees in nutrition. I got anti-aging certified a couple years ago. Go funny, I'm in an anti-aging company, which is awesome. And it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to why we get to change to do what we do and the impact that we have. So I will share some more of that information with you as we go through it. I know a lot of the guys have already had the chance to do that with, but guys, also what I want you guys to do is have access to me. You guys have access to me through Facebook or through text message. Don't hesitate. Guys, I'm committing the next 30 days to probably not a lot of sleep. Yeah, probably 10 o'clock and get up early and go to the gym. But I'm going to be available for you guys. If you have a question about your eating, if you have a question about, food, or you have a question about what to eat and when to eat, I am going to do a video on Tuesday and an email. So you'll get an email every single day. This will let me know if you're engaged on different things. I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting. I want you guys to do intermittent fasting during this. Intermittent fasting, I'm going to give you a brief description just now, is I do it 2 or 3 days a week, okay? You eat at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and you stop eating at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And then you don't eat till that same time the next day. So I'm looking at guys at the top, so I'll just use Mark, for instance. So Mark eats his first meal at 12 o'clock tomorrow on Monday. He finishes eating by 8 o'clock, and then he doesn't eat again until 12 o'clock the next day. Okay? So that's intermittent fasting. Now, a lot of guys will do that 2 and 3 days in a row and then go 3 or 4 days of normal eating patterns. But I will tell you this. It was big for me during the first 3 months of this year. Lisa and I find out that you become a fat-burning machine while intermittent fasting, and along with putting what teaching your body to heal itself through some other things that I'm going to teach you guys during this time frame. I'm actually there's some guys in the group that I'm going to have share some things that have happened in their health and in their life just during this. But guys, I want to encourage you that stick to the plan as closely as you can. Meal prep. I'll just tell you this. I do my meal prep and my wife's meal prep. Okay. When I get off the phone with you, I'm going to prep my wife's meal plan, and hopefully I'll see a lot of smiles from guys that are in business with me. My wife is retiring in January. Hallelujah. All right. So that's a good thing. And so she's going to be helping me with both of our businesses. And so that's what I want you guys to think about as you go through this. If you have issues or you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. Is there anybody else I've asked? Remind them that if they. Okay, yeah. So this is something that we talked about today. Lisa just told me this. If you fall off, restart. Don't let it get you down. Here's what normally happens.
The next day, yep.
Okay. Usually the next day you beat yourself up for about 2 or 3 days. Okay. Nicholas and I were talking tonight, the guy that I've hired. He says that here's what happens. He has personal coaching clients, okay, from all over the world. And he said what happens is they'll start and then he won't hear from them, and they have access to him all the time, as often as they want, as much as they want. They'll screw up and they'll eat a hamburger or something, right? Well, then they'll disappear for 3 days. Guys, that's not what – you don't have to worry about that. As your metabolism starts to get going, you can have – I'd rather you not have a cheat day these first 30 days, but let's try to at least make it through 30 days of changing. Guys, how many people know that it takes at least 21 days to make a habit, right? So we're going to get our bodies functioning as high testosterone, fat-burning machines where our brain is better, our cells are functioning better, and hopefully that kind of can get you guys to not worry about beating yourself up. There's not going to be some condemnation, but there might be some consequences for people who are not doing their part. So we'll see how that goes. Anybody else questions? Jim, did you have a question?
No.
Okay. Anybody else? Come on, guys. Don't be scared. Who has a question?
Oh,
What's that, Jim?
Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead.
Yeah, I sent you a private message about one product. I think it was Source Naturals that had 500 milligrams.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if that was applicable, if that would work.
Later on down the line, yeah. Let me. I wrote myself a note to email message you back about that. And yes, Derek, I will talk with you about that also. So whatever you're doing already, if you're in business with me and a lot of the other guys in here, keep doing what you're doing. You know, you're not going to change any of that. That'll just enhance your results. I will tell you that if you're in business with me and you're a business partner of mine that's in this group, and there's a lot of you guys, if you're not using the fat burner, start using the fat burner. It freaking works. Okay. I take it every single day and will take it the rest of my life. I was taking another one that stopped working after a certain period of time. So hopefully, Derek, that answers your question, my brother. Anybody else?
Hey, Huey. Yeah, Huey, this is Danny. Can you hear me?
Danny Brotch, what's up, brother?
Just another night, bud.
All right.
Hey, you're talking about the fat burning and all these. I'm curious about doing the cleanse.
Yes.
As well
okay.
as
So that's
the
another question.
protein powder.
Yeah. A lot of guys have asked if they should do a cleanse the first week. You can. It's not required. I do a cleanse at the first 7 days of every month. Okay. My company has a cleanse product that I take those first 7 days. I try to only eat meat 3 of those 7 days, and then I only do fruits and vegetables for the other 4 days. It cleans out your gut, gets your gut going. I'm going to talk about the 3 pillars of health. Guys, if you're taking notes, these are the 3 pillars of health. Number 1 is inflammation and oxidative stress. Number 2 is mitochondrial function. And number 3 is gut health. If you can conquer those 3 things, now I will tell you this, part of increasing your testosterone will help you drastically through that process of increasing mitochondrial function. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more as time goes on. And so it's great. Michael, I'll talk to you more about that.
Hey, Mike, this is Freddie.
Hey, Pastor Freddie. How are you, man of God?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for doing this tonight. My question is one about the exercise routine.
Okay.
One of my concerns is not getting injured. I was doing exercise before, and I was working with somebody who pushed a little too far and ended up having some really bad reaction with it. So
good.
So I want to make sure, I guess, we'll be able to tailor based on, like you said, I think you said it earlier about our physical issues now.
Correct. And so you always look, you never want to do anything to put harm or danger into yourself. I'm going to post some workout videos that I'm going to do, that I will post so that you have them and you can start doing them tomorrow. I would tell you that even for some of you, a 10 to 15 minute walk, jog is going to be intense. Okay. Some of you guys haven't been exercising in a long time. That will be something. Now, the longer you do, the more you do, the better. I think the easiest 10 to 15 minute workout, depending on your health, Pastor Freddie, is the push up, pull up, sit up. Some of you guys won't be able to do one pull up, but by the end, you should be able to do some. Even if there's one of the things that I do that I like to do with guys who can't do a pull up is I have them jump up and hold themselves and then let themselves down to a 10 count. If you do that until you're able to do 1 and then 2 and then 3, you'd be amazed at what it does, not only for your neck and shoulders and back and strengthening your back, but strengthening your core. It helped my neck. I started doing just those. So yeah, I will, if you have medical concerns, you need to email me and I will help you set up a separate workout with that tailored to your needs. But you need to start being active, whether it's starting off walking, whether it's starting off jogging, whether it's on the treadmill or the rowing machine. I would tell you this: don't get lazy. If you feel like you need to get up earlier in the morning to exercise, get up early in the morning. I don't have to get up early, but I get up, or at least his alarm goes off at 6. I get up, I change my clothes, and I go to the gym. And so, my sleep has increased drastically. I'll just tell you guys this: when you start having high levels of testosterone and start getting your body more rest, guys. There's guys I know that are in this room that have sleep apnea. Get ready to say bye-bye to that. Okay. I'm just telling you, I've watched this happen with a lot of people go through this phase of Jeremy just asked about coffee. Jeremy, you still drink coffee, my brother? I drink this. Do you know what this is, my brother?
Oh, I drink a lot of Axio too.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying, bro.
I'm not trying to pick it up.
Okay. So Jeremy asked if you can do coffee. Yes, you can do coffee, but you don't put cream and sugar in it. It's got to be black. So, all right. Guys, remember, this is your goal. You're trying not to do alcohol, trying not to do sugar. You're trying not to do processed carbs. If you do all those things, your body's going to make, and I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to make a lifestyle change. Like I was talking to Mark about this the other day. Been traveling a lot. He's like me. We travel. Traveling put on 40 pounds on my body besides injuries. And Mark can tell you that happens. You travel, you eat on the run, you eat on the go. You're constantly eating and weight comes on, right? So you have to food prep. If you look at Lisa and I, when we go on trips now, we go on events, we go on trips. Yes, Jeff. Yes, Jeff, to that. Yes. And so Lisa and I food prep. Like when we go to big events that our company has,
Yes.
we go and get food and we, Jim, I don't think you need. Hold on a second. I got you. Okay. So that's one of the things that as you go through this process, okay.
Coffee and water.
Coffee and water. You can drink coffee and water.
They need to increase the water.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one thing I was going to tell you, Lisa. I made some notes, and Lisa's reminded me of some notes I want to show you guys. If you're drinking coffee, you need to increase your water intake. Okay. Guys will lose weight by just increasing their water intake. Okay. It makes you feel full. Makes you not eat as much. And that's how we get these metabolisms going to be fat burning machine. I've never felt better. Freddie said he noticed it last week. See, Ray's noticed it last week. He's got his body in that mode of going and he really didn't even get a chance to exercise much this week. A little bit. I noticed he went to the gym with his wife, and that's great. He thought the gym was going to cave in. He told me. He posted on one of his things that the gym was going to cave in or something. But guys, that's things that in the past when I start working out, my gout kicks in. Oh, Ed, I'll talk to you about that. You don't have to worry about that. That's inflammation. You're not going to be putting inflammation. Guys, a lot of inflammation is caused by the foods that you eat. If you don't put processed foods into your body, you will not have those problems. So I'm just telling you, don't worry about those issues that you're struggling with. Ed, I will help you with that. And plus what you just purchased last week, I've helped hundreds of guys get rid of gout because it didn't happen overnight, okay? But it took them time. And when you use those 3 pillars to do what you're doing, brother, you can say goodbye to gout. Okay, let's just agree with that and say goodbye to it, okay? Because I've helped it, okay? So anybody else? Jeremy, I'll answer that with you personally. Anybody else have a question or a comment of any type? We're closing up the last 10 minutes here. Let's just, if there's any more questions, anybody comments? Let's see. Somebody asked me what were the 3 pillars again. Parrish, I'll talk to you about that. We'll discuss that. You can give me a private message in Facebook or an email. The 3 pillars again were oxidative stress and inflammation. mitochondrial function, and gut health. Those are the 3 areas. If you can conquer those 3, I can tell you a way to do that. Besides this exercise in this program, I'm going to, that's what I was just telling Ed. He started a couple products that cover all 3 of that. First time in my life I can actually say that I've found something that covers all 3 of those. And so one of them, even the FDA lets us make a statement, which they don't let nutritional companies make statements. So yes, Michael, absolutely. 100%, brother. 100%. The question was about the activated essentials. Absolutely. If we did it before and after pictures, do we still need to do a video? I would like for you to do a video to let other guys in here know who you are. Guys, get to know these guys. You have missionaries, and as I said, we have 4 pastors in the group. You just heard from one of them, Pastor Freddie Santos. You heard from Jose Jordan earlier. We have great guys. Yes, Ed, absolutely. You and I can chat tomorrow. I know we didn't get a chat. Some of you guys don't feel like you can't reach out to me. Okay. I'm just telling you, I have never been more excited to be a part of helping guys more in this area of getting their lives back, making changes, being a part of something. Guys, this is going to be a life-changing experience for you. But let me just say this, and then if any more questions need to be asked, then we'll finish, and we'll be done in 8 minutes. Before texting me, yes, you need to do an intro video. That's what I was talking about here, to introduce yourself and tell people who you are. But think about this. Long term, you need to get to know these other guys, because some guys are here because they want to connect with other guys. They want to build relationships with other guys. This group, and what we're going to do is going to make every aspect of your life better. It's going to make your marriages better. I'm going to have some things that we're going to talk about for you guys that are you guys are married, or you guys that are in relationships. A lot of guys in here are married. There are some single guys in here, but there's mostly married guys in here. So we're going to become all that God has called us to be as men. And as I told you, I'm going to be praying for you guys and encouraging you guys as much as I can. I love you guys, and I'm excited. So is there any more questions before we leave? Dr. David, did you have a question, brother? Anybody else? Brian?
Hey, Huey, this is Danny again.
Danny, go ahead.
What's that intro video need to include? I must have missed something on that.
Okay, it's just the intro video is real easy. Just go in there, list why you joined, tell people a little bit about you. Hey, I'm Danny. I'm a husband. Okay. I'm a father. Here's what I do for a living. Okay. Danny is another man of God who just got to preach at his church that's made some significant lifestyle changes recently, him and his wife. It's and I'm grateful to have you in here, brother.
Thank you. Same here.
Get to know some of these guys. They're world changers. They're life changers. You know, you guys saw I laughed and joked with Mark Harris a little bit, but Mark is a mighty man of God. He is a leader. He's a business partner of mine. He's just a great guy, been a missionary. Him and his wife, Krista, were 2 of the first people that Lisa and I met. A lot of you guys don't know, Lisa and I were apart for 2 years. They prayed for us every single day and encouraged me. God has done some miracles in our lives. I know he's done miracles in their lives, and now I get to pour back into him what him and his wife have poured into me. So I'm excited about all of you guys getting to know every single guy in this group. Anybody else? Let me see who else.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
Stevia extract is a no-no.
Who's answering? I can't see who's.
Fred.
Hey, Fred. No, it's good, Fred. You're good. I'll hold on 1 second. I'll show you guys what I use. I will tell you guys this. I pulled these out today, and I was going to show you guys. I will tell you this. These are 2 products that I do use. I use liquid stevia. Okay, this right here is phenomenal. It's by a company called Sweet Leaf. Okay, it's liquid. It's phenomenal. Okay, and then I'm just going to tell you guys this. I'm going to be giving some gifts away this week. Okay, I'm going to be giving you guys away some vitamin D3. that I've purchased that I'm picking up tomorrow from my chiropractor. I'm going to go by people who post a lot of stuff. I'm going to be giving some other things away. I've got some all-natural energy products that I'm going to be giving to some people to take. I'm going to just be pouring into you guys as much as I can. So as I said, there's still room for more guys to add. You have till midnight tomorrow night to add some guys. Here's what I would tell you guys to do. Go into the 30-day challenge page, which I'm going to share with you guys real quick here. Go into the 30-day challenge page, copy and paste up here at the very top, as you guys can see I'm doing, okay? And then go into your Facebook page, like I'm going to do this. So I'm going to, because Edward Reams is looking at me right now, I'm going to go in here, and because Ed is an awesome man of God, I'm going to click on his Facebook page, and he trusts me and respects me, so I'm going to show you what to do. So you're just going to go in here. I'm going to copy and paste this in Ed's page, and then it's going to share on Ed's Facebook page, all right? So, and Ed can make some comments down here. Hey, guys, I'm doing this. Whoever wants to join me, go ahead and take a look at it. If you guys can do that tonight before you hit the hay, that would be beneficial. Just copy and paste it on your page. Ed, guess what? You don't have to do that. I already did it for you. So it's okay. There's a lot of guys on here that are just coming on that didn't get a chance to be on. There's about 20 text messages here. So I will be able to get back with you guys about this. And we can do some more posting. So guys, anybody have any comments or questions? Any more comments or questions? We're down to about 3 minutes left before we can go. And then I got to make prep food for tomorrow. Guys, always prepare yourself for the next day. Okay? Always prepare yourself for the next day. You know, Ed and I were chatting today. He said it's like 120 out in Arizona or something. And I got to the track this morning a little late, and it was 99 degrees here in Florida. And I'm like, I came home and I jumped in the shower before I went to church, and Lisa looked at me and said, your clothes are disgusting. Like, I could like wring them out. But guys, sweating is good. It means you're healthy, right? So any more questions? That's right, Ed. It's right. It is. Totally. Any more questions or comments? All right. I'm going to do one thing, and I hope you guys are okay with this. Brother Mark Harris, will you do me a favor and just will you just close this? I'm going to unmute you. Will you just do us a favor and just close us in prayer and just consecrate this time that we have together, and that all of these guys would grow and prosper and just be in good health. And I appreciate you being a part of this, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's my privilege. Thank you, buddy. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great. Go ahead. It's all you.
All righty. Well, I perceive most of the people on this Zoom call are men of faith, so we'll go for it.
Even if they're not, it's okay. We accept them all the same, and we love them, and there's just a lot of great brothers in here, and they already know who we are and what we're about, and so I'm excited for them to be a part of it. So
I am as well. So welcome, brothers. It's good to have you. Heavenly Father, we're grateful. We're grateful, first of all, because you're awesome. We're grateful that you've surrounded us with everything that we need to know you. You've given us your Holy Spirit that enables us to live as your Son did, with holiness, with wisdom, with supernatural power for this age and the age to come. We know that your intention is to redeem all things. It says in your word that was your intention, to reconcile all of creation. And so, Lord, we intentionally reconcile the physical and the spiritual through this 30-day challenge. We recognize that we will be better fathers and husbands, brothers and friends, if we're able to steward this temple that you've given us well, to get our bodies right so we can get our minds right, and get our minds right so we can get our lives right, keep our priorities right, to make good decisions, to pursue you and the things that are on your heart. So we commit this initiative to you. We thank you, God, for this collective of men and the families that they represent, and the callings the gifts, the talents that you have placed in every single one of us. And so, Lord, we lay these things that you've entrusted to us to steward well. We lay them back at your feet, God, and we ask that you would breathe on this, that it would live and that it would become transformational, not just for us, not just that, you know, we can get a six-pack or lose 20 pounds or get in the old high school jeans, God, but this would be a part of the process of growing into the fullness of Christ, the fullness of who you created each of us to be. Lord, we choose not to compare ourselves one to another, but compare ourselves to you and the person that you created us to be, our potential selves. So we ask, God, that you would give us grace for these days, create lifelong relationships for not just this age, but for eternity as well. Bless Mike, bless Lisa and their investment here. And we ask for a return on that investment many, 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 many times over, Lord. We make ourselves available to anything that you have on your heart. We love you. And we ask for an awesome week as we walk with you. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Mark, for doing that, guys. Super excited to be going down this journey with you guys. I'm going to post this recording. So if you know guys that weren't on here, we had only about a third of the guys were on here. So I'm going to post it. I had about 15 to 20 texts of people that couldn't make it, that some people had to work and some people had prior commitments. So if you guys need things, if you're not in the group and you have guys that you want to post, just tell them. I'll approve them that they have till tomorrow night at midnight. And if they haven't posted a video or some type of before and after pictures, it's sayonara. So this is going to be a commitment, guys. We're going to do this. And so I'm honored that I have been chosen by God to do this with you guys. So Mark, you guys, everybody, thank you for your time tonight. I'm here for you. Hey guys, let's hit a home run. All right. Appreciate you all. Have an amazing, amazing night.